What up, squad? Today we're here to do a 40,000 mile maintenance interval on a Mk4 R32.
Aren't you doing extra stuff too besides
40Ks?
We're
We're doing additional stuff, and I actually realized that at this point you should probably do like a brake system flush and a coolant system flush, but
that brakes.
yeah, we're essentially doing a 40,000 mile interval plus a couple additional extras that I do just because I'm ridiculous, I guess, about maintenance. Oh, so we've driven the car around because you're supposed to get like the temps up to, supposed to get the oil up to temp, and that's about it. I mean, this is gonna be pretty easy. And sorry for being gone for so long.
Our schedules never line up.
Yeah,
Ever.
It's honestly pretty difficult to like make a video and get together. We live 2 hours apart. There's a huge gap. Yeah. What? Stay tuned. To prepare for today's maintenance extravaganza, we had to buy a lot of stuff. And we got ECS aluminum oil filter housing, and that's because the plastic one's really prone to leaking, so this one should hopefully solve any oil seepage. Magnetic drain plug. I don't know how I really feel about these. It just came in the kit, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Liquimali SAE 5W40. I've used this for the last few oil changes. I just like the company, so it's good oil. I don't really have a particular reason though. I got some OEM transmission fluid. Other than that, we have our oil filter, and then this special tool is another tool you're gonna need. If you can see in there how it has like a hole in the center, this is for the transmission oil drain plugs. For whatever reason, it's like a special M16 socket. So this is everything we bought. I also got like filters and plugs and crush washers and stuff, but this is like the gist of it and all we're gonna try and tackle today. This is, oh, I didn't even mention this. This is Ceratec, made by Liquimali. It's a ceramic oil additive. I used it before, I liked it. I'm gonna use it again. All right, so I pulled the intake just because I pulled the engine covers off, and then I undid this oil cap, and I'm just gonna leave it kind of sit there. This is important because otherwise the oil won't really come out that fast. But it's kind of the only prep. Now we're gonna get it up on the lift and then start draining the engine oil. All right, now that we got our car on the lift, we're gonna take a 19mm socket and remove the oil drain plug. Remember, if you drove your car around, the oil is gonna be super hot, so like try and wear some gloves or something to protect your hands. And wear safety glasses so you don't get hot burning oil in your eye. All right, got the oil out of the way, and we threaded our magnetic drain plug, and we're gonna torque it to spec.
Sorry if it's loud. We gotta turn the AC back on. It's getting hot in here. Is it still on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so torque spec on this, that's the wrong size. All right, so torque to 30 Newton meters or 22 foot-pounds. So now we're taking off the oil filter with housing, with this special oil filter housing wrench that.
No, it's just a socket. It is a
Huge socket.
36mm socket.
So if that didn't look graceful, that's because there's a drain plug in the oil filter housing, and mine was stripped out. It's another thing. This O-ring on this oil filter, this is on here because it's supposed to go on that fill plug. So you're not supposed to leave this oil filter in there, or that O-ring in there. At least that's my understanding.
What?
Right, got the billet aluminum filter installed, and we're gonna torque this to 25 Newton meters.
Before you put the housing on, you want to take the O-ring that comes with it and make sure you put a little bit of oil on there. And always use a new O-ring. It'll come within the box with your filter.
Next up, we're gonna drain the transmission oil. This is the drain plug right down here, and this is the fill plug right up here.
All right, so now that we have the fluid drained out of the transmission, we want to torque the drain plug to 30 Newton meters or 22 foot-pounds.
All right, so we got this crappy piece of crap thing that we duct taped to it. So we're gonna try and like pump it into the case.
Let's take what, 3 of them? We're close to?
Like 2.5. All right, update on a way better way to do this. This was Brian's idea. These hoses have like a little nozzle thing, or these bottles have a nozzle, and then we got some clear plastic hose and shoved it in there, and
Gravity feeding it
Yeah.
instead of using the crappy pump that doesn't work.
that pump does not work. Don't waste your money. Put it upside down. I took a scribe and I poked some holes in the bottom to let the air go through. And then you just hold it up. And then it goes really quick. Back on top of the engine, and we're going to put 5.5 quarts of this liquid moly oil into it.
You said liters.
5.5 liters of this liquid moly oil into it. And then we have to run the engine in gear for a little while to cycle the trans fluid and then re-top off the trans fluid. So that's sort of the order of things. I hope this has made sense so far, but it's going pretty smooth. Besides, it's going pretty smooth. Now I'm going to throw in this liquid moly Ceratec oil additive, and then I think I might run it and check the oil, and then add as I check the dipstick and see where it's at. One thing to note is when you do change your oil after this, it's gonna look weird. Don't freak out, because this has like sort of a chocolate milk color. So it's a weird color. So when you change your oil, you're gonna think you're like leaking coolant or burning coolant and have a bad head gasket, but you don't. It's just this oil additive. This treats 5 liters. That's just what it says on the thing. But see that weird color?
It's like paint almost, it looks like.
Yeah, your oil is gonna look weird when you change it, but don't freak out. It's because you got this oil additive in there. I think it's good for like 30,000 miles. So you don't have to do it every oil change. You do it like, you know, every 3 or 4. All right, like I said before, per the manual, you have to run it in gear for 2 minutes to cycle fluid up to the front differential. So we're gonna do that. And we're gonna top off our engine oil and then top off our trans oil. Essentially, again, you're gonna top it off until oil's coming out of your fill plug? Until oil's coming out of your fill plug. So it looks like I just gotta add about like 1/4 of a quart or something to get it to be at the max line.